certain types of sub-freezing clouds. It's even on Wikipedia. It's everywhere. This is not a theory. This is a fact. Now let's take it a step further. By the way, look what it looks like. Look what it looks like. And then look up. That's what it looks like. They're showing you pictures themselves of what it looks like. The only difference is they're saying that it is a technique that improves a cloud's ability to produce rain. Let's turn that into the negative polarity for a second. If I can improve a cloud's ability to produce rain, does that mean if I do it a little extra, I can produce floods? Once again, does that mean if I do it a little bit extra, I can produce floods? And if you didn't hear it the first two times, I'll show it to you again.
For example, the floods in Australia that happened recently. Everything you see there is man-made. For them,
You understand now? You understand how clear this is? If we want to make a change in the world, we have to be that change in the world. It starts with us. Now, if you really want to go on the spiritual side of things, of how consciousness works, of how reality works, this is also scientific. Consciousness renders just like it does in a computer game. There is a source code. There is a processor. The processor then decodes that source code and renders it as you look around. Robert Edward Grant speaks about that. He spoke about it in my interview with him called The Codes of Creation. He's one of the most intelligent people I know on this planet. So the way that all of this works on a much bigger zoomed out perspective is the fact that it starts with us. If we want to make a change in the world, we have to see that change. We have to be that change. I'm sorry, I'm getting phone calls. If we want to make a change in the world, we have to be that change. As somebody says, white hats is a bunch of nonsense. I agree with you. How about that? Because there is no one outside of you that's going to do it for you. There are organizations out there that will do their best to stop things whenever they can, but they're not your saviors. They're not your heroes. Your hero is you. Your savior is you. Your Messiah is you. It starts within yourself. There is no you and God. You are a part of that divine source. You are a spark of all that is. You're literally light. I don't expect everybody to understand what I'm talking about here. And I don't want to go down there either because I want to keep this really grounded and not up in the air. Although everything that I just said is very grounded and not up in the air. There is science behind this. And our scientists are starting to understand that. There were 3 physicists that just won the Nobel Prize for proving that reality is not local. What that means is that there is nothing that exists outside of you. And there is no space between here and here, other than what our perceived perception shows us. We're not going to get into that. The purpose of this live today is basically, unfortunately, to show you that what we've been saying for the past few years, it's true. Everything that people called me crazy for, those same people are starting to ask questions now. What about this? What's going to happen there? I'm not God. I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I have no idea. I only know what's told to me when it comes to that level of information. And you know that nothing is being made up because these things are coming to fruition. You tell me how else somebody can tell you that 33% of earthquakes are going to happen at the exact depth of 10 kilometers between August 26th and September 1st of 2019 or 2020, whenever that was. I shared that. I didn't guess it. I was given that information. And lo and behold, if you go to the USGS website, the global database for earthquakes around the world, that's what it shows. That's what it shows because individuals were doing things, in this case, on the bright side, to blow things up underground. And what happens when you blow something up underground? It creates, if that explosion is strong enough, a shift in tectonic plates. And a shift in tectonic plates is what causes an earthquake. Now, there are earthquakes going on all the time. The 33% of earthquakes happening at 10-kilometer depth, those didn't impact the world. those impacted at a very deep depth. You can look them up on the USGS website. But then there are earthquakes that are intended to impact the world. How do you do something like that? You want to know? I'll tell you. You take a very, very strong explosive. You detonate it on an ocean floor or right underneath that ocean floor by digging a hole and detonating it. Drilling a hole, I should say, because that's how it's done. And you detonate it in the perfect spot to create a shift in tectonic plates, which in the middle of the ocean will create enough energy to eventually formulate a tsunami. If that doesn't make sense, I don't know what does, but that's how it works. That's what we're seeing around the world, at least a part of it. They've spoken about using lasers and electromagnetic laser pulsation. It's spoken about on the news. They're not even lying. Somebody said Tonga style. Yes, Tonga style. Look what happened in Tonga. I'm not going to speak more about that. So to sum this all up, a lot of people saying this is satanic. Satan needs to be dismantled. Satan is a frequency expressed through our actions. It's not like there's this thing that's the devil that's outside of you, just like it's not like there's this thing that's God that's outside of you. Existence consists of infinite potential. That infinite potential can take you to a very good place, or it can take you to a very bad place. If you want to dissolve these things, if you want to dissolve these realities, you can only do so through acting out of your own free will from an aligned place, from an aware place. And it's really as simple and as complicated as that. Because I could say it in one phrase, but that action, what it actually looks like implemented, is a whole different ballgame. That's really all I have to say. I hope I'll be able to keep this up. This is, in my opinion, a very powerful live. I think people need to watch this of all sides, of all opinions, of all beliefs, because there are things here that you just can't make up. And we are seeing them come to fruition. So if there's one thing that you do after watching this live, and there are many things you can do, but if there's one thing that you do, I ask you to share it. There's 2,000 of you watching live right now. There's 4,250 of you that have tuned in live so far since I started 43 minutes ago. Take this video and share it. Download it. Put it on your platforms. Do whatever you want. Don't give me credit. I don't care. Just take the video and share it. Because this is a consolidated 45-minute lesson of the powers that be and what their expression looks like in a very real way on our planet today. They are not separate from us. They are a part of us. And once we see that, we can make change accordingly, out of a place of oneness instead of a place of war. That's my job. That's what I do. That's what I ask you to do as well. Take this video and share it. Share it. Everybody, far and wide, share it. People that agree with you and the people who think you're crazy. Beyond that, another thing you can do for free, all of you right now, there's 2,000 of you on this live right now. Go to the App Store, whether it's on your smart TV, whether it's on your smartphone, iPhone, Android, and type in Unified TV. Unified TV looks like this. Download it. It's free to download. You download it, you can watch the actual Disclosure series, all 8 parts of the Disclosure series, all 2 parts so far of the Pyramid Code series. You can watch it on Unified TV. This is what the app looks like. As a matter of fact, I was just rewatching one of my big videos on there called HAARP, Weather Modification, Natural Disasters. You can watch that there too. But check out this app, download this app, join the social feature of this app. You can use the social feature for free. You can find where people are around the world for free. Somebody posted over here. Where are you from? 87 people liked it. 524 people commented. This is a way to find your people. And you can do so through that app. So download Unified TV. It's free to download. You can watch the Disclosure series free. You can watch the Pyramid Code for free. And if